Hi everyone, welcome to this channel Zoologybio. In this video I am talking about the details about sexual reproduction, SYNGAMY, conjugation and the phases of life cycle: juvenile phase, reproductive phase, senescence phase and death. So please watch until the last. So let's start with the sexual reproduction. It is the process of development of a new individuals through the formation and fusion of gametes. It is also called amphimixis, syngenesis, or amphigony. Sexual reproduction involves four processes. The first one is formation of haploid cells, the gametes, by gametogenesis. The second one is fusion of two gametes forming diploid zygote, that is fertilization. The third one is repeated mitotic divisions of the zygote to form embryo, that is embryogenesis. And the fourth one is growth of embryo into new individuals, that is development. Now the types of sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction is of two types mainly. The first one is SYNGAMY and the second one is conjugation. Now let's start with the SYNGAMY. It is the complete and permanent fusion of male and female gametes to form the zygote. On the basis of source of fusing gametes, it can be of the following types. The first one is endogamy or self-fertilization, is the fusion of male and female gametes of the same parent, here uniparental. Like example is tinea. And the second one is exogamy or cross-fertilization, is the fusion of two gametes produced by different parents, hence biparental. Like some example is humans. On the basis of structure of fusing gametes, it can be of following types. The first one is isogamy, involves the fusion of gametes which do not differ morphologically but are different physiologically. Like example is microcystis. The second one is anisogamy, involves the fusion of gametes which differ in size or form. Like example is chlamydomonas. Third one is oogamy, involves the fusion of large non-motile female gamete and a small motile male gamete. Example is some algae vertebrates including human beings. The fourth one is hologamy or macrogamy, involves the fusion of two organisms that acts as gametes. Example is yeast. Now the conjugation. It is a process in which organisms of the same species temporarily couple and exchange or transfer their male pronuclei. It takes place paramecium, spirogyra, bacteria, etc. Now the phases of life cycle. There are three phases in organisms' life cycle. The first one is a juvenile phase, second one is reproductive phase, and the third one is senescence and death. The first phase of life cycle is juvenile or vegetative phase. It is a pre-reproductive phase in the life cycle of an individual. It is a period of growth between the birth of an individual up to reproductive phase. Juvenile phase is known as vegetative phase in plants. The second phase of life cycle is reproductive phase. The organisms reproduce and generate offspring during this phase. Reproductive organs develop and mature during the period called puberty. Appearance of flowers in higher plants indicate sexual maturity. Sexually, there are two types of flowering plants. First one is monocarpic plants. These plants flower only once in their life cycle. These plants are generally biennial or annual, and a few are perennial. These plants die after flowering and fructing. Example rice, wheat, radish, carrot, bamboo, etc. The second one is polycarpic plants. These plants flower every year in particular season and are perennial. They do not die after flowering and fructing. Example apple, mango, grapevine, orange, etc. In the reproductive phases, on the basis of timing of breeding, animals are two types. The first one is seasonal breeders. They reproduce at particular period of the year such as frog, lizards, most birds, deer, etc. Second one is continuous breeders. These animals continue to breed throughout their sexual maturity. Example: queen bee, poultry, rabbit, mice, cattle, etc. On the basis of placental mammals, there are cyclic changes in ovaries, accessory reproductive ducts, and hormones during the reproductive phase. These are of two types. First one is in primates, monkeys, apes, and humans. Such cyclical changes during reproductive phase constitute menstrual cycle. Here there is a periodic slowing of inner lining of the womb. It is passed out along with some blood as menstruation. The second one is in non-primate mammals like cows, sheep, rats, deer, dogs, tiger, etc. Such cyclical changes during reproduction from estrous cycle. Here the lining of the womb is slotted off, but instead of passing out, it is reabsorbed. In the reproductive phase, depending upon the number of estrous cycles experienced in a year, the mammals are monoestrous, like example deer, bioestrous, dog, or polyestrous, example like mouse. Senescent phase, it develops when reproductive phase causes and degeneration sets in structure and function of the body parts. Senescence is the last phase of the lifespan. It ultimately leads to death. And that's all for today. If you like this video, hit the like button and share this video as much as possible. To get more videos related to this topic, subscribe this channel. Thanks for watching this video.